Booyah! Say booyah, Andy. Man, Old Man Winter. Old Man Winter is here. Old Lady Winter. Young Man Winter. Whatever. Seems that our summer is like over. And when I mean summer, it was what, 80, 81, 82? Last Thursday, I was out mowing the lawn, running around, flip-flops on. Wow. Today, not mowing. This week, not mowing. We're going to have snow, cold, below freezing, fire on the mountains. Morning, Andy. It's October 23rd. Before the show, or listening to the Beatles, Abbey Road. All morning, getting ready for the show. You know, wake up bag first thing, Abbey Road. How can you go wrong there? How many long times is my life at my age? Why, Andy? Doctor. Oh, I mentioned I went to the doctor last week. Doctor said that my blood sugar is a little high. Gave me a list of things to eat, not to eat. She said, you're a grown man. You should know that you shouldn't be eating licorice and anything in a wrapper. Pretty much, that's anything in a wrapper. Leave it alone. M&M's, licorice, Hostess, ho-hos. Like I said, it is October 23rd, Monday morning, and you got a couple national days that we need to know about. October 23rd is National. I don't make this stuff up. You can Google October 23rd is National what day? Bam, there'll be a list of places, all the sites, and you check several sites, because today is slap your annoying coworker day. That's right. Slap your annoying co-worker day. And if that's not bad enough, it's also National Crack Day. So that makes perfect sense to me. If the annoying co-worker is wearing Crocs, they need to slap him twice. I mean, it's National Slap Annoying. If I keep going on this, what? You're going to what? Okie dokie then. Okay. Wow. 80 last week to 20 this week. Let's see how the newly transplanted Californians like that. And trust me, 20 is just it is just the tip of the iceberg, all right? You transplants, you newbies. 20 degrees is like a walk in the park. I, for one, will be wearing flip-flops still and playing with a dog in the yard. Okay? And, you know, we've been hearing about global warming, but, you know, I predicted this summer. We went back and looked at the El Nino podcast from this spring. I am El Nino. All other tropical storms bow before me. Yeah, whatever. Okay, this spring I predicted that we'd have hot temperatures because of the El Nino. Across North America, record-breaking temperatures I predicted, and guess what? Oh, I was right again. Okay, So, hell, we got the Farmer's Almanac, the Old Farmer's Almanac. And what's the difference between the Farmer's Almanac and the Old Farmer's Almanac? What, one was your grandpa? Anyway, I got the Pipewrench Almanac, okay? My winter forecast is as follows. Because the El Nino is still in effect, it's not rocket science, it's weather. I'm not a meteorologist, but I didn't stay at a Holiday Inn last night. No, it's not. You just got to, El Nino means dry, El Nino means wet. So we're going to have a milder than usual, than average winter. Not to be saying we won't hit some snow and cold like we are here, but this is just the beginning, people. I mean, everybody's like, oh my God, it's going to be 20, 25, we can't go to brunch. It's like, come on. In December, you're going to be like, oh, it's going to be 20, 30 today. Whoa. So, I don't think we're going to have as much snow as usual. I don't think it'll be as cold as usual. But I do think that it is winter in Montana. Okay, it's not unheard of to have storms before Halloween. So everybody strap on. Okay, do stuff that's you should be doing. Replace your furnace filters. Get your yards picked up, get your rakes away, put your shovels out, I mean, we're not going to have a doozy or a Donnybrook or anything like that, but it'll be our first storm of the year, so the sky is not falling. So, Andy, what's up? In case, yep, I'm going to go there. In case you've been in a coma since like last, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? Well, Thursday, all through the weekend, there has been a literal, bevy of allegations, talk, controversy, gossip, drama about concerning about potential NCAA violations at the University of Michigan Wolverines football program, number 2 in the nation. Gone are the days of talking about cheeseburgers. Cheeseburger in paradise, paradise. Apparently, Andy, a new version of Spygate has surfaced at the collegiate level. Paul Feinbaum has weighed in on that. He's a Michigan hater from way back. Some other coaches weighed in on it. They're like, well, when you get to be number 1 and 2, you get a target on your back. It was, first of all, it was first alleged that Michigan football was sending a male staffer to future opponents' games in an attempt to steal signals. Now, if you don't know how that works, if you've ever watched a game on TV, you'll see on the sidelines they'll be holding up like a picture of a donut, a picture of Peyton Manning, a picture of I seen one this weekend with a picture of a big house, a mansion, and then maybe a number, and then colors, and they'll be on TV, So if I was going to steal signs from Michigan, well, Ohio State, Penn State played this weekend. All I had to do was watch the game. I could see the signs, and I could steal. Now remember, and I could do that because stealing signs is not illegal. It's not an illegal practice, but scouting in person in an attempt to steal signals is. I've read the bylaws, real murky, real gray area, because that's telling me, what about game film? We all watch game film. When we played high school football or college football, you watch game film. Oh, so-and-so has a tendency to drift to the left when they're running. And look at the coach on the sideline. He's giving the three finger sign whenever they run the trip receivers on the left side. It's a pass. Okay? Friday morning, though, ESPN's Pete Thamel, ESPN, he's a writer. He's Ohio State Buckeye booster. I'm just fan, homer. I'm just throwing that out there because, he's talking about credibility when he's, okay, just throwing that out there, okay. He dropped off a report on ESPN that, the ESPN, my favorite network, those goddamn teabaggers, Disney, it was Connor Stallions was a person of interest in the NCAA investigation, and the NCAA had particular interest in Stallion's computer, which was confiscated on Friday. Now, these things that are these things being under investigation, it's fine, okay? But what isn't are two things. One is that the NCAA is leaking information about its intent and what it believes that Michigan may have or may not have done before confirming any credible evidence. There wasn't a bit of evidence when this story was breaking. The NCAA was talking, Stallions, the reporter, was talking. It's just, yeah. So in the court of public opinion, the Wolverines' name and what, the name of the university football program is irreversibly tarnished because of that. If the NCAA, which has almost already been running their mouths, leaking information, and blah, 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 all right? If the NCAA investigation were to say fully clear, the maize and blue public perception is already shifted to declare Michigan guilty of the accusations. It could follow the Wolverines forever, or maybe in this day and age they'll just blow it off. But the NCAA has just not even started an investigation yet. They just had reporters making accusations. Michigan can't defend itself because of NCAA bylaws. They can't. They can't do anything besides what they have already done. And that is they say we're cooperating while simultaneously denying, we're cooperating with the investigation, but we didn't do anything wrong. Okay? This feels kind of punitive by the NCAA, if you ask me. Second, first, it would go back to Paul Feinbaum, Andy Reichert, I was saying earlier. He's already said, they don't NCAA doesn't like Michigan. They don't like the way he acts, the flamboyance, and, he's all of a sudden got this other team, and they didn't like him when he was in Stanford. It's really punitive that NCAA come out and say this stuff when they don't have any kind of evidence. They don't have any, not that we know of anyway. And yeah, it's okay. Secondly, and this is reported by that ESPN and Thamel again. The Big Ten coaches are off the record commenting on the case in ways that, again, haven't been proven. It's just Thamel's per report, ESPN again, and am I bashing Thamel and ESPN? Well, yeah, but that's what that's what other networks are saying. That's what we watched on Saturday. I watched all the football. I watched the Big Ten Big Game show on Fox. And Game Day on ESPN, and it was the topic on both shows. If it's been proven, that's one thing, but the way it's been being presented, it just kind of bolsters, the NCAA's argument. Their whole, again, that this is worse than both the Astros and the Patriots put together. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it's the use of technology for the competitive advantage and using filming prior to games. Filming prior to games? What the hell is game film? They said they're filming prior to games. My high school did that, for crying out loud. The picture there that they're painting is that Michigan has a shadow cable of scouts and secret agents infiltrating other programs while deploying M16 tactics on the level of a secret agent 007. Dun-dun-dun-dun! It's Pierce Bronson as Agent 007, which was the best Nintendo 64 first-person shooter ever. Secret agent technology. They got secret agents infiltrating their camps. Yeah. Do I think that the NCAA has a vendetta, if it has a target for Jim Harbaugh? Sure I do. What are we since 2021 or somewhere like lost what, 2-3 games? All of those, yeah. I mean, you know, the NCAA's airing their dirty laundry in public with accusations before even coming to any kind of satisfactory outcome, conclusion, or whatever thesaurus word you want to use. You know, it's as if it, with any violation of NCAA rules and bylaws, could Michigan face a punishment from the NCAA over this? If the organization, if they find out that the allegations are true, well, there's no... Here's the other thing. There's no specific penalty in the NC bylaws. They're just saying, you're not supposed to do it. Okay? That's what they're saying. And what they're saying is you're not supposed to go. In other words, if I was part of the coaching staff for the Michigan team or for the Montana, one of the Montana teams or whatever, I couldn't go to their next game and watch it and watch what they were doing and then go back and tell the coach, yeah, when they run, they do this, and when they do this or they do that. You know, when they line up like this, when they throw the board up and there's a cheeseburger on it, that means they're going to throw. Come on, man. It's 2023. I know when they're going to throw, and I don't have to even go to the damn games. But there's no specific penalty listed for impermissible scouting. And that's what it's called, impermissible scouting. So could I send one of my friends to the game that aren't on the staff, and then they could come back and tell me and everybody? Points to ponder. As of Saturday, the NCAA has issued a no comment statement. Also on Saturday, number 2, Michigan Wolverines visited Lansing, Michigan, home of the Michigan State Spartans, on Saturday night on NBC. They wore their black. Michigan beat them 49-0. The game was over by halftime. Now they're 8-0. Next week, on to Purdue. Meanwhile, Michigan State had an issue apology before the game because they had some contest going or trivia thing going, and they had like Hitler on their big playboard, you know, that's in the stadium and everything. They had Hitler up there. They're like, oh, that's... The NCAA didn't say anything about that. They're mum on that one, aren't they? Jesus. Yeah, okay. So, you know, the investigation continues. There is no penalty for impermissive scouting. It's not a major infraction. Like Paul Feynman said, it's just, they're just an agenda. It's just, they're just, yeah. Go blue. All right. Hey, what else is going on? Throw something else up there. Oh, yeah, that's right. Friday. On Friday, another one of President Trump's attorneys pleaded guilty in the Georgia racketeering case. In a move, I don't know if I agree with that, but you know that people are saying, oh, it could have a double-edged impact on the case. So, Kenneth Chesborough, he's 62. He cut a last-minute deal that allows him to avoid prison, but it requires him to testify and otherwise cooperate with authorities as they pursue charges against other defendants who allegedly tried to upend the 2020 election results in Georgia. Chesborough was he's one of he's the third, Andy. He's the third of 19 co-defendants in the Georgia case to make a deal with is it Fannie Willis? That's the prosecutor, or the team of Fannie Willis prosecutors. Another former lawyer of the former president, Sidney Powell. She reached into a plea deal on Thursday. And that's following the September deal that the Atlanta area bondsman Scott Hall made. So, are the chips falling? Well, the RICO Act was developed to bring down organized crime, specifically earlier on, because if you could bubble the defendants, then you could get statements from others. Like I predicted earlier, they're going to be like sharks. If you think you can get 19 co-defendants together and throw them all in charges, and all of them are going to keep their mouths shut and not talk, you got another thing coming. Okay? They roll. How many times? Okay, you remember this, John Gotti. That's a good example. Bingo. John Gotti. Was it the Sammy the Bull? Second-hand man rolled. Teflon Don was no more. Sammy rolled. What was it, Henry Hill? All my life, all I wanted to be was a gangster. Da, 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 da. Henry Hill rolled. See, that's what RICO was kind of, they thought. So you got 19 co-defendants, and those 19 co-defendants are all been arrested. Sidney, Chesborough, both made deals. Who else is going to make a deal? Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. Who's going to make one? I mean, that's how it was developed. Now they're compelled because of their deal that if they're in open court, they have to testify truthfully and honestly, or face perjury charges and go to jail. So it's not just cut and dry. So we're going to see what happens there. Big intrigue, both. Got Michigan investigation, Trump investigations, NCAA. I mean, over the weekend, just yesterday, Sunday, Saturday night, Sunday morning, late, like after midnight, Israel is striking the Gaza. They're striking Syria, striking places in the West Bank. Israel, Egypt has opened up aid for everybody, the 700,000, 800,000 displaced people. Yeah, we got a couple trucks let through. It's all political. That's why the aid's not getting through. Also, I'm watching events fold in the Ukraine. At the same time, all weekend, it's like, all right, we're watching some football games. Check out what's going outside, break into games. There's war in Israel, there's war in Syria, there's war in the West Bank, there's war in Gaza, war in the Ukraine. All I'm seeing, though, all those places I just mentioned, war in Israel, who did they target? They targeted a bunch of people in concerts. That's what war seems to be allowed. Hospitals, animal shelters, schools, residential districts, apartment buildings. Like I said before, Andy, if they attacked Great Falls, the last place they'd hit would be Maelstrom. They'd probably go into Riverview first, and the CMR district down in downtown, then go up there and clean up all up on the hill, take everything out from downtown to Maelstrom, and then stop at Maelstrom and go up, take out 10th Avenue, and then maybe Maelstrom. That's how they fight wars. That's how I'm watching it on TV, whether it's Hamas, whether it's Ukraine, whether it's Russia, whether it's Syrians, whether it's Israelis. It doesn't matter who's fighting. That's their targets. Now America's what? Two fronts, Andy? Man. We're on two fronts right now, three. Yeah, Biden's like, yeah, we need money for the border, we need money for Ukraine, and we need money for Israel. It's like, where the hell is this money going to come from? Plus, I've played, and you remember Windows XP and all the war games that were Age of Empire, Civilization, you had Caesar, you had all these war games. What's the first rule of playing war games? You don't fight a war on two fronts. We're talking about three fronts. We got three fronts. Our border war is a front right there. Ukraine's another. Israel's another. We're fighting a war on three fronts. Yeah. Slap your annoying coworker. Who the hell's in charge here? And who is making all this? Is he wearing Crocs? All right. And he's giving me the wind-up sign. So remember, everybody, go slap your annoying coworkers. Seriously. Especially if they're wearing Crocs, man. Don't forget spay and neuter. Adopt, don't shop. Get out there and rescue. Foster. How about adopting a shelter pet today? You adopt one. All right, it's going to be cold. It's going to be snowy. First winter storm in Great Falls is coming. Batten down the hatches. Run for your lives, Andy. We're out of here.